Hi, this is James Reid. That's it. These are very deep questions. But if I'm honest, I think that moment was after I overcame depression. I think my songwriting changed actually, but it's because I realized there's a place for all your emotions and there's a reason for everything that you're feeling and everything that you're going through. And I think that perspective really helps um, not only deal with your emotions, but it helps you make sense of it. And I think that's what I do when I write. I like to make sense of what I'm going through, my past, my memories, my stories, and it became a really powerful tool in kind of just finding yourself. Um, I think it's interesting, like when you when you know a lot of musicians and then you kind of see their personality and who they are as a person and then the music that they create, it really is a reflection of who they are. Like their vibration, that sound. It's like your inner sound. Like inside me there's, a little bit of funk, very beachy, laid back. I think it's a combination of where I'm from and who I am. And when you hear music that people create, you feel like you can really hear their soul. I think what inspires my songs is really just experiences. And as I get new experiences, the songs change and my songwriting style changes too. Sometimes to the point where I feel like I'm not even in control of what I'm going to write about. Like I hear a song or I start with, guitar chords or whatever it is I start with. It triggers an emotion, it triggers a memory, it triggers a place. And then it kind of starts painting itself. Um, yeah, so sometimes it feels like I'm not in control. It's whatever the experience is wants to come out. To be honest, I don't think my music is changing the world. Um, that's not why I created. But I make the music to really understand myself. And I think it helps me be a better person. And I don't think any one person is going to change the world, but starting with yourself is a pretty good place to start, I think. Yeah. The song is about like relationships, friendships that have ended and passed, have moved on. And I was imagining like the visual I was seeing was, how well diamonds and gold goes well together. But then fire, I imagine a candle when you blow it out, it becomes smoke. Like they don't really exist together. One comes after the other. When one ends, the other one begins. So it's like they don't really exist together anymore. Yeah. I see myself as an old soul. So I really love, retro inspired looks, vintage pieces. Um, I also grew up on the beach, so I'm very laid back, you know, bohemian, but also very classic. Um, but it's something that's constantly changing, as time goes on. I think what's cool about clothes and dressing up and fashion is that sometimes it can describe you better than you can with words, if that makes sense. Like I can't really describe a certain aspect of myself, but then when I'm wearing a certain outfit, when I'm dressed up a certain way, it describes me in a way that I don't think I can put into words. Yeah. In my career, I was known to be a little bit of a rebel. So, I wasn't exactly fitting in with the standard of, um, what it meant to be an artista in the Philippines. So a lot of people used to comment like, he's so careless and blah, blah, careless this, careless that. And I remembered Daft Punk, who I love Daft Punk. It was like the first poster I had on my wall when I was a kid. And the way they got their name is because I think their first review of their music, some critic called their music a load of Daft Punk. It's like a negative thing. And they took it and they were like, okay, cool. We're Daft Punk from now on. And they became legendary. So I don't know. There was something about that. I just took the name Careless and I was like, okay, I'm Careless. Um, why is this the hardest one? What's in store? I mean, more music and, you know, uh, Careless, I feel like has always been um, trying to push the envelope a little bit. Careless is always taking risks and always moving forward. So more music, more fun, more love. How do I find balance? I don't. I don't find balance at all. For me, it's like balance is like a flat ocean. Like not much happens. For me, life really comes in waves. Like one time it's going to be music that's just taking over my life, and another point it's really like acting and then fashion, and it comes in waves. Um, and yeah, I just have no choice. I just go with the flow.